This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shasheena Rolle. As always, it is so great to have you with us. While it is everyone's dream to own their own home, many persons applying with the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation here on Grand Bahama are not meeting the requirements. Tonight, the minister responsible for housing talks about how the economy has affected the housing program and the aggressive role the Mortgage Corporation is now taking to get Bahamians into their own homes. The downturn in Grand Bahama's economy has significantly impacted the development of housing on the island. This coming from the minister responsible, the Honorable Kenra Dorset. For instance, he says many persons have applied for homes in the Wellington-Pinder subdivision, but are not able to qualify with the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation or commercial banks.
That's how challenging these economic times are. I mean, together with the fact that, the housing agenda has taken a while to get moving, we are now funded and we're ready to go. But one of the things that we're working on is to ensure that there are people who are qualified who are able to take on mortgages for the homes that we offer.
In fact, he says just recently there was a list of persons to be assigned homes, but again, there was a challenge.
We sent a list of persons 2 months ago to be assigned homes. BMC has now come back to me to say all of the people. There are about 7 homes that are unoccupied. There are a few that are unoccupied but are being processed. And the conveyances have now been signed off, and I think that they're completing the occupation of those. But there are about 7 homes that have been going through this, back and forth process for a considerable period of time. And so I've asked my team to do what is necessary to find people who can qualify to get in those homes, because the inventory is sitting there. It is being subjected to vandalism, which is going to cost us more money to repair these things.
The minister says now the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation is taking a more aggressive role.
But I've told them that instead of us assigning homes to people who will then go on to BMC, I've asked BMC and Department of Housing simply to collaborate. You all sit down and tell me who are the people who will qualify, so that when we make the selections, we know they'll be able to qualify for the homes to get into those homes immediately.
Dorset says they are also looking to commence construction in a number of new areas as well.
So we will be building in Bahamia West replat. That seems to be an area of interest to people. And we're going to be looking at new subdivisions where we can possibly build. I must say that there is incredible interest, for whatever reason, in heritage. People are wondering whether or not we are going to build in that area, so I'm taking that under advisement.
The minister is encouraging persons who are interested in the government affordable homes program to visit the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation and apply. Well, as Grand Bahama economy begins to show signs of recovery, the government is working to attract new foreign investments to the island. While at the March Against Crime yesterday, Sabrina Brown spoke with the minister for Grand Bahama about his recent trip to the Middle East.
Minister for Grand Bahama Dr. Michael Darville says his trip to Qatar came after the foreign ambassador to Washington, D.C. visited Grand Bahama to explore potential investment opportunities. The minister says his mission was fruitful.
We were able to meet a wide selection of investors in Qatar, but particularly the Qatar Investment Authority, who's expressing interest to bring a delegation to the island of Grand Bahama to look at our projects in the industrial sector, as well as to look at potential projects in the outskirts in East and West Grand Bahama. So if you recall, our visit extended from Deep Water Key, all the way to West End. And so he had an opportunity to look at the whole island. They love this place. The place has great potential.
Minister Darville says the major areas of interest are the tourism industry and the industrial sector.
Qatar is one of the largest producers of natural gas as well as petroleum products. We have a large petroleum storage facility on the island of Grand Bahama. So their interest is very diverse. It'll be interesting to see exactly when the official delegation come, the areas and potential investment that they would express concern. So I'm excited because the discussions stem all the way from tourism all the way to investment in the in the industrial sector.
The mega development proposed for East Grand Bahama is also said to be gaining traction. The minister says he's optimistic about that project.
We have been working very closely with the investors themselves. If they are requiring any additional information, I'm there to support them 100%. I'm optimistic about the project, but of course it's not a government-led project, and so we need to be measured in the way how we speak about the project. But I am in full support of any potential investment for the island of Grand Bahama that will better the lives of Grand Bahamians from east to west Grand Bahama. So I support it 100%, and I look forward to working with them as they move closer and closer to make this project a reality.
Minister Darville is also excited about the opportunities these new investments will provide for Bahamians.
I'm always keen on potential investment coming into the country that can provide high-paying jobs, technical jobs, but is also geared in and tied into our plans for training and retraining of our workforce so that they can benefit from these investments that come in. The days are done now when we bring direct foreign investment in our countries and Bahamian outside looking in. The time has come for us now to train them so that they can capitalize on what these investments bring into the country.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, the countdown is on for the local government elections, with a number of candidates vying for positions in the various districts. The election is expected to be keen, and over on the island of Bimini, there's no exception. The campaign there is in high gear despite allegations of corruption. Joan Davis Rolle has this story.
I think local Bimini could set an example for local government if we put the right people on the board.
The local government election campaign in high gear in Bimini. Billboards after billboards have been strategically placed throughout the island as some 18 persons nominated to fill 9 positions on the local government council, resulting in elections set for 4 polling divisions come election day, June 23rd. Residents and candidates say they're ready.
I think we have some good candidates this time around, and I'm just hoping that, the majority of them be successful, and maybe we would see, a change. But we just can't go on with the way we've been going on.
I was very excited. I went down to commissioner office, put in my papers, and I'm just excited for the day, for the 23rd, for when that day comes.
How come you offered yourself as a candidate in the local government election?
Well, I'm a Biminite, and I'm very concerned of what's happening on Bimini, and I want the people to be informed of what's going on, and I just want just positive things to happen for Bimini, and we just want to push forward with just positive stuff.
We put together a very good team, and we focus. I think at the end of the day we will be elected to lead the district council here in Bimini. And like I say, it's a team, a business person from all sectors of the community of Bimini.
Well, I am geared up for the local government election because I feel like there's a lot of things to be addressed in Bimini. And I feel like the council now, I feel like they have had its time and it's time for a change.
This increased interest comes as Bimini's local government is rocked by scandal, social media reporting allegations of corruption being levied against some local government officials. Allegations to which Bimini's chief councillor Lloyd Duda Edgecombe responded.
There will always be haters, okay? Corruption, I don't even know what the corruptions mean as far as I'm concerned. And my leadership in the community, the people of Bimini knows me, and like you said, the people of the Bahamas knows me. How can it be corruption brought against me when I don't have a vote on the council? The administrator assigns to check. So how do I get in corruption?
Our ZNS news team visited the administrator's office Thursday morning in attempts to speak with Bimini's administrator, Oscar Munro, on a number of issues. But we were told by office officials that he was tied up in a series of meetings and unavailable. Meanwhile, Biminites say with the right people in place, the sky is the limit for Bimini's local government.
If the good people does not nominate, then the bad people will take over. And
how do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's it's an honest statement, true statement. But you see, a lot of times, a lot of the people who really should be on the board, they stay away from the board because of arrogance of the people who are on the board, and the way they carry on. Some people act like they're on the board and they're the minister of whichever constituency that they're in.
From all indications, Biminites are gearing up for what is expected to be one of the most highly contested local government elections ever. In Bimini, reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Joan Davis Rolle.
Now, we contacted Administrator Oscar Monroe in Bimini this afternoon, and he did not wish to offer a comment on the corruption allegations being made on social media. Well, this Whit Monday holiday turned tragic for a group of visitors on the island of Abaco. According to police reports, shortly before noon yesterday, a group of Americans were snorkeling off a reef on Mermaid Beach in Marsh Harbor when a 63-year-old man failed to resurface. He was recovered from the water and CPR was administered. However, reports say he did not respond. He was later pronounced dead at the Marsh Harbor Clinic. Police are investigating that incident. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.